It's HPR, and I'm Dave Lawrence. The word legend is often used to describe people. Sometimes it seems a bit overused, but yesterday a genuine music legend passed on. B.B. King left us at 9:40 p.m. Pacific Time at 89 years for this life. From his guitar Lucille to his colossal impact on blues musicians and guitarists of all genres to his hit collaborations with Eric Clapton and U2, his contributions are difficult to measure. He was among the first performers that I was privileged to speak with when arriving in Honolulu in 2002 to do afternoon radio, and in honor of this great spirit and musical giant, we spend some time with him today. Highlights of this Blaisdell Arena dressing room interview recorded in November 2002 with the one and only B.B. King.
B.B., a thrill to get to talk to you. Thank you for taking the time.
Well, thank you very much. How you doing today?
I am very good. I'm still sort of basking in the glow of getting to talk to you on the phone the other day, and thank you.
Thank you. We did have a good time, though, didn't we?
It was a lively chat I won't soon forget. What is the reaction that most inspires you, or is there just one energy that sort of permeates the B.B. King audience?
It seemed to be almost one energy. Any place I go now, it's an unusual thing for people not to stand when they announce my name to come on stage anywhere in the world, if it's possible for them to. That gives me a send-off, boy. I'm telling you, the adrenaline or whatever they call it, it sets me up. I'm ready. I love it.
What's your first recollection of meeting Eric Clapton?
I met him in the 60s, and we've been friends ever since. Cafe A Go-Go. That night we had a jam session. I'll never forget it. We were playing at a place called New Generation. Janis Joplin and myself, and everybody would come over there. Jimi Hendrix was there that night, and Jimi Hendrix had his tape recorder. Years later, I found it floating around. So I said, when I die, if I find that sucker, he's going to have to give me a copy of that tape. I think Johnny Winter was there, too.
What's your favorite moment with Jimmy? I know he was very inspired by you. Here comes the Lover Man, inspired by Rock Me Baby.
I didn't know that.
Here comes the Lover Man. He considered that tune to be like, Rock Me Baby, rock me all night long.
I'm going to have to check it out. I knew Jimmy long before he was really powerful. When I first met him, he was working in the rhythm section with Little Richard. And nights when we would be traveling, just like you and I sitting back here talking, he and I would do just exactly what we're doing now, sit down and talk and discuss music and people.
Was he taking advantage of the time to sort of like pick your brain, or was it just kind of like guy-to-guy talk?
Just guy-to-guy talk. I'm a kind of wise old dude anyway. If I figured he was doing that, I'd just come out and tell him, hey, what you want to know, let's talk about it. He would ask me some things, and when he did, things I knew about, I'd love to help him, I'd love to tell him. I didn't have too much of that when I was coming up. A few guys, Robert Jr. Lockwood was one of mine, used to work with me and beat the hell out of my hands. Man, you ain't playing nothing. Damn, you know you played that wrong. Bam, he'd hit me on my hand. I said, God, I'm paying you. You're beating the hell out of me. He's still alive. He's in his 80s now, and he teases me sometimes now. He said, if I hadn't been beating the hell out of you, you wouldn't be playing nothing.
You wouldn't be so good. Someone that did some really cool things with you, Bill Graham, the promoter.
I'll tell you a little story about Bill Graham. Bill Graham was one of the best promoters ever. The first time I was booked to play for Billy Graham, a place called the Fillmore West. We used to play the Fillmore West before Bill got it. So when he bought it, he renamed it the Fillmore West, and this was the first time that I sort of noticed what we call a crossover. When we got there, I saw all these long-haired kids on each step, and I said, oh no, this is the wrong place. I know it's the wrong place. So I told my road manager, I said, I think my agent made a mistake. This is the wrong place. We gotta go in there and check it out. So he went in and he found Bill. Bill came out and said, no, B, this is the right place. I said, ooh, I don't think so. He said, come on in. So he carried us in and took us up to the same old dressing room where somebody done cut the couch. It was leather, and they done cut the couch, and it hadn't been changed. It looked just like it did when we used to play prior to Bill. So I'm nervous as a cat with a big dog around. So I said, I gotta have a drink. At that time I was drinking, but I didn't have any. He said, B, we don't sell no liquor here. I said, I don't care, but you got to get me a drink.
Go get me some. You're the promoter.
Yeah. So he said, I'll send out and get you. So he sent out and got me a half a pint of something. And I sat up there alone, thinking, what the heck am I going to do? That was, oh, man, so many people sitting on the floor. Finally, the bottle come. I had me 3 or 4 slugs of that, and I'm, what the hell? Whatever happened, happens. Finally, he came and got me. When he got to the stage, the best intro I ever had and the quickest one I ever had. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, it got quiet enough for you to hear a pin drop." He said, "I bring you the chairman of the board, B.B. King." And that was the intro. People stood up and, boy, they made all kind of noises. I ain't never had this before. I ain't never had nobody stand up for me before. Felt so emotional I cried. What am I going to do? I ain't never played for people like this before. They have given me something that I've never had from blacks or anybody else. I played my heart out and cried some more while I was playing. And that was the beginning. That's what I remember about my good friend, Bill Graham.
You just gave him the ultimate tribute, B.B.
I mean it sincerely.
You look great, B.B. B.B., may I ask you how old you are?
I'm now 77.
I haven't asked you about U2.
My contact with them is similar to the way it is with Eric. We're friends, but we don't call each other every Sunday or so. But when we see each other, we got enough talk that they have to come get us to pull us apart. And the way we met, a lot of people think that they asked me, but they didn't ask me to do a tune with them. I asked them. We was in Dublin, Ireland, and that night, U2 came by to visit. I knew Bono had wrote a lot of songs. I was talking to him, and I said, "You know, I'd like to get you to write a song for me sometime." And he laughed. And then he said, "Okay, I will." Sure enough, about a year later, my manager called me and said, "B, Bono called and said he wrote a song for you." What? The band is going to open up outside of Fort Worth, Texas. I wanted to know if you'd open the show, and I said, "Damn right." And when I went over the lyrics and heard the melodic line, I couldn't believe it. When he get into that part about, he held the scabbard when the soldier drew his sword.
Right.
And all of that was so deep, like Christ being crucified.
And he packed it into a tight thing.
Yes, he did. And that night, I opened the show. Then later on, he says, "I wrote a song for BB, and we're going to do it now." After that, we recorded it. Not only did they use it on the CD, they was doing a movie, and they put me in the movie with them. And one thing they did, I'll never forget, they froze my picture, in the movie for about 8 seconds, just me. That's great.
Totally deserving. You shared some great memories tonight, BB. I really do appreciate it.
These are memories that I keep with me all the time, and think how blessed I've been. Everybody mentioned the Friends, I never did get records played on the radio. Only one record, I did The Thrill Is Gone, and that one they played. But other than that one, When Love Comes Down with U2, they played it. When I did Riding with the King with Eric, they played it. The only way I could get popularity was travel. That's the way I got it, going to the people, playing.
Well, I know you got to go, so I'll wrap it up with you. And thank you very much. I am grateful for the experience tonight, B.B. King.
Been nice talking to you. Aloha! This is B.B. King, and whenever I get a chance, I'm listening to my buddy, Dave Lawrence.